Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino beer review. Today, we're looking at some beers. I have a few beers over here. We'll pick some out as we're going. One of them is something I picked up today at the Sobeys Liquor, and it was one of the winter craft beer advent calendars. And I knew I shouldn't because there is so many. From what I've been told, so many IPAs that were in it. And I'm like, you know what? I really shouldn't buy this because all these IPAs are not going to turn out great after the amount of time they've been sitting there. But then I was like, you know what? It's 24 beers that I've probably never had. So let's do it anyway. And of course, the first one I open up is an IPA. This is Tiny Rebel $5 Shake Creamy Citra IPA. Okay, so I know nothing about Tiny Rebel. Welcome to our world. Where are you guys even located? It's not even an easy to read back. Like, I can't, never just make vanilla ice cream. Okay. But like, so here we go. I can't read that at all. At all. So I don't know. I don't know where Tiny Rebel is. I'll find out later. Please don't blow up. You know what? For a beer that was probably shipped in September, October, packaged and then sold, doesn't actually smell that bad. It is very heady. I'll give it that. It has a very apparent snap, crackle, pop. It is hazy crazy. So visually, that's not a bad looking beer. Scent? Yeah. Oranges. Oranges, grapefruit. Oranges, grapefruit, orange peel. And just a creamy, almost lactose-like note. I don't know if that head is going to dissipate, so what we'll do is we'll leave that cup there. And now that we're in the house, where I have glassware, and a sink, because we are now doing reviews in a wet bar, we'll just take this cup and we'll pour into this one, and then we'll see where that one's at when we are done. Now here, Sarcan is what picks up your recycling and stuff, like your cans and stuff. You pay a 10-cent deposit on every can, and I'm trying to decide if I want to deal with Sarcan myself or if I want to give it to somebody, because there's a lot of people that their job is basically they go around and collect Sarcan from people and bring it back for money. Okay, cheers. Let's try it. You know what? For the age on that, 1 second. I see the age mark, but I can't read it because of the light I'm using. Okay, so this one was this one was canned September 6th. It's now February 18th. It's still bursting with citrus notes. That's really nice. That's really nice. It is easy drinking. There's not a lot of bitterness on the back end, and Citra is a hop that I find becomes very bitter as it ages. .5% alcohol. This is really nice. It drinks really well. There is all those citrus notes in it. There is a little resiny dirtiness to it. But I love the orange on it. I love the grapefruit on it. I love the pith on it. I love that resininess that just dances around the back of the tongue. This is actually a very nice drink. And if this had been in my advent calendar on my first day, I'd probably be pleasantly surprised, because those advent calendars can have some whompers. I really like that. That is a solid beer. Now this is where the cup is at. So it has faded down, but it's still making quite the head in there. Is it a beer I think is the bee's knees? No, but I think it's a solid drinking beer that you should try. If you really like IPAs, it is an IPA. If you really like Citra IPAs, it is a Citra IPA, and it tastes like a Citra IPA. So I can't say anything bad about it. Would I say it's in the top echelon of beers that I would go out and buy again and again and again? No, but if I had had a 12-pack of this, I wouldn't have cared. I would have kept drinking it. So yes, I like it. I know people want me to give ratings. I want to give ratings. I don't know if I should, because I'm still trying to get back into the brewing industry. I'm trying to work at a brewery again, and they don't like it when you do these ratings and stuff. But you know what? I'll give it a 7. It's a solid beer. Cheers, guys. Bye.